Hello, everyone, and welcome to this breathwork session on self-worth. So this session is all about turning inwards and bringing your validation and your search for love back to yourself. So if you've never done breathwork before, welcome. And I know that you're going to have a really amazing experience. I'm just going to explain a little bit about breathwork. But as I'm doing that, make sure your space is set up so you're nice and comfortable. So whether that's in your room, in your bedroom, in your sitting room, make sure you have a nice comfortable space. Some people like to lie on the ground on a mat. Some people like to lie on their couch, and some people do it on their bed. So as I'm talking about breathwork, just make sure you're in a nice environment. I definitely recommend headphones if you are in a house with loads of other people, and earphones or headphones just help you, I guess, deepen the experience and get into your body a little bit more. Just one thing about health and safety, okay? If you have any serious health conditions, heart, breathing, diabetes, if you're pregnant, anything like that, the breathwork will not be suitable. So please don't go ahead if you have any serious medical conditions. The main thing about breathwork that I want you to know is it's actually all about listening to your own body and what feels good to you. So I'll be here to guide, but there's no right or wrong with the breath work. It's about me directing the breath, guiding you with cues, giving you instructions. And if you feel I'm going too fast, my guidance is too fast or too slow, you listen to what your body is saying about the rhythm and you adjust based on that. Because when you try to keep up with me or try to get it right, that's when you are doing it for a performance and you're actually doing everything but listening to your own body. So breathwork is about tuning into your own body, getting out of your head and listening to your body, because oftentimes we are so disconnected from our body and we're all in our head. So today we're going to be doing a circular breathing pattern. We're going to be doing 3 rounds and we're going to be doing some breath holds in between. If you've never done breath work before, the breath holds might feel quite hard. And again, listen to your body. If you need to let go of your breath before I say let go, you do that. You listen to your own body and you answer it when it says I need to let go and take a breath. Okay, so please listen to your own body. If you need to slow down or take a break at any point during the session, please do that as well. So I will be guiding the breath work and showing you the breath from this position. And then as we start, as you get into the breathwork session, I'll come up a little bit closer so that I can guide from the other side of the laptop so that the music doesn't go off or that the Wi-Fi doesn't disconnect. So the circular breathing pattern we're going to be using is very simple. We're going to do a mix of tempos. So all that means is that we are going to be doing a mix of fast and slow. Once you get into the slow rhythm, I'm going to speed it up a little bit. But again, if it doesn't feel right for you, slow down and just stay with the original tempo, especially if you're new to breathwork. So I'm going to show you how to do it. You can do it sitting up or lying down, but if you're new to breathwork, I recommend lying down. And I'm going to be playing the music through the laptop after I explain all of this. So with the circular breathing pattern, you are, again, if you're going to be lying down, I'll show you from the side here. The main thing is we want to try and get the breath all the way down into the belly, expand the belly, expand the ribs, and pull that breath all the way up through the chest, through the neck, to the top of the head, like a wave. And then as you're breathing, you're feeling that breath move all the way down your body again. And then we're bringing the breath all the way back up. So I'm going to show you what that looks like here. Again, if you're new to breath work, you might want to keep your hands on your belly for the entire practice, lying down. So here, you can breathe in through the nose or the mouth. For the breathwork session, I will be breathing through the mouth so that you can hear me making the sound, okay? breathing into the belly. Into the belly, then expand your ribs. Pull it up through your chest to the top of your head. Exhaling all the way down. Okay, so again here, hands on the belly. You can even put them on your ribs if you want to feel your ribs expanding. One of each even. You can see how my entire torso is moving as I do that pattern. I'll show you again. Into the belly first. Okay, that's all we're going to be doing is that breathing pattern. And as we do around, I will speed up the tempo, okay? So speeding up the tempo is going to look like this. You should be able to feel the breath going all the way into your back even. You see there? Yeah. So okay, you don't need to remember anything because I'm going to guide you through the whole process. And when I say that we're going to be doing the breath holds, all you're going to be doing is breathing like this. Hold at the top, okay? And then if you need to let go at any point, you let go. I will say exhale. You might have let go before that. And that's pretty much it. I will do a guided meditation at the end and you can just relax during that part. But again, I will give you instructions on that. So if you want to get ready, lie down into position. I'm going to get the music ready now. And this will be playing through the speakers. So headphones in or earphones in, make sure you're nice and comfortable, relaxing environment. And then we are going to play from the start the music. Okay. So for the first couple of minutes, we're not going to be doing any specific breathing pattern. I just want you to relax. And just start breathing normally, in and out through your nose. And I just want you to do a little check-in today, noticing how you're feeling in your mind, your body, and bring that awareness inwards. Noticing how your body feels, noticing how your breath feels as you're just bringing your attention to your breath and to your body. And this session is all about releasing external validation and reconnecting with your internal worth. Because so much of our lives is spent searching for validation or approval or recognition, love, reassurance from the outside world. And while those things can feel good, when our sense of worth depends on external things, that means that we can feel really empty when they disappear or when they're not there at all. So today's session is about remembering something really simple but powerful. That your worth doesn't come from what you achieve, who chooses you, or how others see you. It begins inside you. So we're going to start nice and slow with that circular breathing pattern. So you just follow my guidance. And again, if you're new to breathwork, make sure you're lying down with your hands on your belly so that you can connect with your body. And we're going to start breathing in nice and slow. Feeling your belly rise as you breathe in. Letting go. So I want you to bring your inhale all the way down into your belly and then flare your ribs out. Pull that breath all the way up through your chest, through your neck, all the way up to the top of your head. And letting go nice and slow, feeling that breath fall all the way back down your body from the top of your head all the way back down. And we're going to stick at this pace, so tune into this rhythm, tune into how this breath feels for you. And I want you to actually visualize your breath moving from your belly up through your ribs, through your chest, through your shoulders, your neck, up through your face to the very top of your head. And when you exhale and you let go, visualize and let go of your breath. Drop your shoulders down, try to soften a little bit more onto the surface that you're under. And keep visualizing that breath as you breathe down into your belly. I want you to really see your breath moving from your belly into your ribs, up through your chest to the top of your head, and visualize your breath and really feel it moving all the way down through your body. So you're tuning into parts of your body that you probably don't do very often. What does it feel like to breathe down into your belly, to feel your ribs moving, to feel your breath moving up through your chest nice and slowly, all the way to the crown of your head? And how does it feel to let go and to soften and to release tension as you control your exhale nice and slowly? if you're new to breathwork, or if you just haven't dropped into your body in a while, you might find that you get distracted or you struggle with the breath for the first few minutes, and that's completely fine. Again, there's no right or wrong. Just bring yourself back to my breath whenever that happens and just start again. This session is about self-love, self-respect, self-worth, so there's no judgment here. If you fall out of the pattern, just come back and start again. So now that you have a nice rhythm found for yourself, keep this breath going at a rhythm that feels good to you. You don't have to keep up with me or anybody else. Just focus on what feels good to you. Noticing that your body is starting to feel lighter, less heavy, a little bit more floaty every time you breathe in and breathe out. And I want you to notice all the places where you might be seeking approval. So times that you wanted someone to choose you, or moments where you questioned if you were enough. You might feel that in your belly. You might feel that in your chest. We're going to go into some breath holds in a minute where we're going to scan again and notice all these places where you have been seeking approval outside of yourself. So when you're doing the inhales, I want you to visualize yourself breathing from your toes. I want you to see that breath being pulled all the way from your toes up your legs, into your hips, into your belly, again all the way up through your chest into the top of your head, and then we're going to hold at the top. Okay? So when you're ready, we're going to breathe in through the mouth nice and slowly. Bring your attention to your toes and breathe all the way up to your head. Hold on there at the top. And if you're not used to breath holds, just explore what this feels like in your body to hold your breath. And again, if you need to let go at any point, you let go when your body tells you to let go. Let go out through the mouth in 3, 2, 1. Take a little rest at the bottom here. Normal breathing. You can breathe in through your nose. So that's what the breath holds feel like if you haven't done them before. We're going to go for another 2 breath holds, and then we're going to go back into the breathing pattern. So again, bring your attention to the tips of your toes, breathing in through your mouth slowly. Holding on here. And in this breath hold, I want you to scan your body from the top of your head all the way down your chest, your belly, down to your toes. And again, noticing where you are holding on to any heaviness, any emotions, any urges of seeking approval or validation outside of yourself. Times you wanted someone to choose you, moments where you questioned your own self-worth and if you were enough. And what we're going to do on this exhale is we're going to imagine gently releasing that need to prove yourself. Let's let go in 3, 2, 1. And again, resting at the bottom, taking a little breather, and we're going to go for one more. So when you're ready again, bring your attention to the tips of your toes. And this time you're going to be breathing in a sense of confidence, deserving, worthiness, validation of yourself. What does the most confident, most deserving, worthy version of you feel like on a daily basis from the moment that she wakes up to the moment that she goes to sleep at night? Someone that isn't bothered about other people's opinions, knowing that your own judgment of yourself and your opinion of yourself is the most important thing. So let's breathe in again. Last inhale, hold here. Hold on. Visualize the version of yourself that is confident, that doesn't need validation from anybody else but herself. I want you to send that energy all around your body, pull it up all the way to the top of your head, swirl it around your brain, push it down into your fingers, into your toes. You do not need to earn your worth, and you don't need permission to be enough. Ready to let go again. Big deflate in 3, 2, 1. Good. Take a little rest here at the bottom. Reminding your body you're safe, you're in control. The breath can bring up some emotions as well, especially around this topic of self-worth. So if you feel any niggles, any vibrations, any sensations, any emotions, just know that it's all normal, but don't push it down. So we're going to go back into that circular breathing pattern. We're just going to speed it up a little bit. If you feel like it doesn't feel good to you, then you can just slow it down. But it's the exact same breath again. Breathing in down into your belly. So as you're breathing the exact same breath as before, in through your mouth, out through your mouth, what we're going to do now is we are going to remove the pauses between the inhale and the exhale. And this really helps you visualize that circular breathing pattern where the connection between the inhale and the exhale is removed. So as soon as you breathe in, let go. So really feel how this breath is moving from your belly all the way to the top of your head and then wrapping around your body when you exhale, so that you are covering your entire body in a sphere or a cocoon or this circular energy. And again, if this rhythm is too fast for you, then you can just slow it down. We're going to speed it up again in a second. If you feel any dizziness, any sensations, any vibrations, that's okay. It's just because we're doing an activating breath when we speed it up. We're going to speed it up a little bit. Keep going with that breath. Really feel into your body. Enjoy how it feels to be out of your head, in your body, feeling your breath move all the way from the base of your belly to the top of your head, and feeling the exhale almost like a wave of energy or vibration as you let go on your exhale all the way down to your toes. We're going to speed it up just one more time, just for about a minute or so. Again, if it doesn't feel good to you, just keep the breath slowed in a rhythm that feels good to you. Almost there. Keep going, and we're going to go straight into an inhale hold when we're finished this faster tempo breathing practice. So again, pulling that breath from the base of your toes all the way up to the top of your head. We're going to take a nice inhale in 3, 2, 1, slowly. And holding on. Feel that energy rushing through your body, through your head. This is the energy of someone that knows they are enough on their own. Any negative comments or judgments that have come from someone else, any situations that have hurt us or make us feel insecure or not good enough, we're going to let that go on your next exhale. Again, listening to your body. Almost there. Let go in 3, 2, 1. And sometimes when we're searching for validation outside in things, waiting for someone to tell us that we're good enough, it's all about bringing it back to you. And I want you to imagine someone who loves you really deeply, someone who sees your heart, your effort, your struggles, your strength. And notice how they would speak to you, or how you would speak to someone that you love deeply, someone that you accept completely as they are, flaws and all. How would you speak to that person, your best friend or a family member, a sibling? That is how you need to be speaking to yourself, and validating yourself and showing yourself that love, because you can become that voice for yourself. And that's what we're going to breathe in on our next inhale hold. So when you're ready, breathing in, hold on, and here you need to offer yourself kindness instead of criticism. Offer yourself understanding instead of judgment. And exactly how you would speak to your best friend or family is how you need to speak to yourself. The love that you offer to them. Just turn that back on yourself in this breath hold. What does it feel like to truly love your best friend, your family member, whoever it is, the most important person in your life? What does that feel like? Feel it in your belly, feel it in your heart. That is the love that you need to feel for yourself. That is the love that you deserve to have for yourself. It's not vain. It is self-respect. It's setting standards for yourself. Let go if you haven't let go yet. And rest at the bottom. We're going to do one last breath hold, and then we're just going to go into one last round of the breathing pattern. So this last breath hold is really where you're going to change the entire story. You are deserving, you are enough as you are. You don't need to look for it in other people, in things, in your appearance. And again, this breath hold, really visualize the version of you who doesn't doubt herself. That's confident, that doesn't seek reassurance, validation in other people because she knows that she's already enough as she is. Okay, breathing in. Holding on, this is the last breath hold, so send that energy of confidence, of self-assurance, of love. And again, if you struggle to feel love for yourself, imagine the most important person in your life. How much love do you have for them? Find that feeling in your belly, in your heart. And just bounce it back to yourself. You deserve it. Why would you give that amount of love to other people and not yourself? I want you to put your hands over your heart, or just one if you want. Feel the warmth, feel your heart beating. I want you to send some acceptance, some compassion, some kindness, some love through your whole body. And say to yourself here, I am worthy of the same love that I give to others. And I am enough even while I grow. And any harshness that's left, any emotion, anything that's been pulling you down, judgment, self-criticism, low self-worth, I really want you to let it all go on this next exhale. Just completely let go in 3, 2, 1. Rest at the bottom. And one last round of that circular breathing pattern, nice and slow. So we're not going to do a fast round. This is the last round. So keep it nice and slow, and you'll notice how your body has slowed down. You'll notice how your body does the breath almost on its own. Last round. So as you do this last round of breathing, I want you to imagine a warm light that you're breathing in every time you inhale. Now, whether that light is orange, yellow, it could be pink, whatever color it is, I want you to make that light brighter every time you inhale. And every time you exhale, I want you to spread that colour and the energy and the warmth and the vibration of that colour all the way around your body. Notice how nice it is to give yourself a bit of grace, a bit of compassion, a bit of love. It's so much easier than always carrying around this feeling that you're not good enough. And let this breath be your reminder that to your nervous system that it's safe to be enough as you are. And with this breath, we're pushing our body into a state of learning and knowing that we don't want to wait anymore to become enough, because you already are. But that worth starts from the inside. And when we're talking about frequency and vibration, you don't get what you want in life, you get what you are. So if you're feeling lonely in life, if you're really desiring a relationship, if you feel like you really need some love in your life, it won't come until you are that yourself. So again, you don't get what you want, you get what you are. Which means that if you want love, that feeling, that warmth in your belly, in your heart, you have to give it to yourself first. And we need to let go of this story that it's vain to love ourselves. And other people's opinions about us loving ourselves or thinking that we're full of ourselves, good. That's only because those people would only love to give themselves an ounce of self-respect and love. Make these last few breaths as slow and full and deep as you can. Really feel every single part of this inhale and the exhale. And what you can do now is just completely relax. You don't need to control your breath. You can just let go. Enjoy how different you feel now compared to the start. And just notice how it feels to sit here, or if you're lying down, to lie down with yourself without needing to fix anything or prove anything or change anything. Self-worth is not something that you find, it's something that you practice. And every time that you speak to yourself with kindness, every time you choose to stay on your own side, to back yourself, not waiting for others to root for you. You need to start rooting for yourself first. And when you do that, when you show up for yourself, when you prove to yourself that you are good enough to take yourself on a date, a solo coffee, to the spa, whatever it is, you are strengthening the relationship that matters most, which is the one that you have with yourself. Because you're setting the standards for anyone else that enters your life, whether that's romantic, platonic, any relationship. When you demand self-respect from yourself, you will demand self-respect from others. And this energy that you're in now, this energy which is a much higher vibration than when you started, because all those feelings of low self-worth, insecurity, anxieties, worries, they're all low vibration energies, which means we will only attract low vibration energies. So as we use the breath, we change that vibration. We bring ourselves up onto a higher frequency of acceptance, of kindness, self-respect, love, those feelings of deservingness and worthiness. So we're just going to take 3 slow, deep cleansing breaths to finish up here. And again, breathing in nice and slow. Letting go nice and slow. And one last deep breath in. And letting go. And what I want you to do in order to keep this energy, this soft, gentle, non-judgmental energy, this feeling of starting to make that first step towards knowing your worth, showing yourself some love. I just want you to open your eyes, but don't move or jolt up yet. And just bring a little bit of awareness into your body. Look around the ceiling. Just bringing an awareness back into your body without shocking it into fight or flight mode. And I'm going to leave you here. When you're ready, you can sit up and bring this energy with you into your day. And for the rest of the day, speak to yourself exactly how you would speak to someone, the most important person in your life that you love so much. Because you deserve just as much love as you give anybody else. So you can stay here as long as you like. Thank you for joining, and I will see you in the next session.